Yo, what's up, peeps? Today we finally took delivery of the parts car. So we got another 63 Impala 4-door. As you can see, it doesn't have the rear glass or the front glass. This one does. Yeah, so they're basically the same car. However, this one is in much cleaner condition. Doesn't have a hood on it right now, but I do have a hood for it over there against the wall. So yeah, originally this car is supposed to be a donor car, parts car for the other two 63s that we have up here. So as you guys may know, I just painted one, the red one, but we also have a blue one, and the idea was to use some parts from this one, most specifically this lower quarter area. But I don't know, it's hard to cut this car up when you look at it. You see all this trim is there. Trim alone is worth something. It's got a good frame, as does the other one too. But the fenders, very clean, very, very clean. Can't remember exactly where this car came from. I have to double check with the homie who I got it from. But yeah, overall it's a nice car, or it can, easily be put back together. It's solid. It's not a Michigan car. It's not all rotten. It has lost a few parts along the way, but that's to be expected. It's a 4-door, and we typically part these out. The big problem with it would be the floors. The floors in this thing are shot, but I guess they're not to the extreme to where they couldn't be patched. Ideally, you should put, a complete new floor in it, but it's a 4-door. So if you just want to put this car together, make it a project, and get it back on the road, just enjoy it, it can be done. You might leave it just like this with all its flaws in terms of the body, but I like it because it's a original black car. Bulk of the interior is gone, but this car has what we would need. So I don't know, it's something I'm gonna think about. I'm gonna sleep on it, because the blue car, the coupe, still does need some parts. I mean, we could still take this whole front end off of this and use it for the blue car and still have plenty of parts to put the black one together. But I'm just not sure. I'm on the fence on what I really want to do with this car. I mean, it's destined to be a parts car ending up over here. But I don't know, man. These 4-doors are starting to hold some value. There's a market for these. People like the 4-doors. Decisions. But this is a car I've been talking about for maybe months now. Like, oh, we'll be taking delivery of the 63. It finally made it. She was held up in transit, but I'm still very appreciative that she made it here. And she's just like I remembered her. Everything's intact. I mean, well, I guess that's relative. It's not really everything intact, but she looks the same way I remember her. Nothing is missing. Sometimes that can happen in transit. Somebody say, oh, I could use that part. They snag something along the way. But that's not the case here. Everything is good. And yeah, we need to do something with it. Likewise, I think I showed you guys already, but I recently took delivery of this car. This is one of my previous cars. It needs some pretty extensive work, but I want to put it back together and enjoy this car. I always liked it because of the color combination, and it has some sentimental value. It's not in the best shape at all, but has sentimental value. I made some serious sacrifices just to get it. So when I sold it, I always kind of was like, man, I should have kept that car. So I'm happy to finally have it back. I still have the burgundy one. I've had it listed for sale for a while now, and there's a bunch of jokers contacting me. So honestly, I think I'm gonna probably pull that ad down and just keep that car a little bit longer, maybe forever, because they're actually the same exact year, 1993 Cadillac Fleetwood. This one is turnkey ready, just had this cosmetic issue with needing a new vinyl top. The Florida heat baked the hell out of it, and it's all cracked up and failed. This one has some mechanical issues, brake lines, and a bad oil pan, and also an exhaust issue, etc., and a couple minor other things. But as you guys know, I got my hands full. I'm working on a lot in the shop, and this is where things can go awry and you can get distracted with several other projects. For now, I'm not going to get too distracted with the 63 here that I've been talking about. I just want to at least come to some kind of decision on what I'm going to do with it. If I'm just going to use it as a parts car, or if I'm going to try to put it together. And honestly, I need to come at least tape off or tarp this car up so that it doesn't continue to just fill with water or be open to the elements. So I don't know, we'll see about that. But yeah, I need to make a decision before the weather changes too severely on what I'm gonna do with it, because that's gonna determine how I take care of it. If I'm just gonna use it for parts, I'm probably just gonna, I still will cover it up, but I don't know. Oh shit, yeah, I never really noticed this quarter's kind of whooped. That might have just made the decision for me. You guys see that? Got a dent in this quarter. That'll come out though, to be honest with you. That'll easily come out in worst case. This has got a clean quarter right here. It wouldn't really take that lower area is not so good, but that could easily be spliced onto this bad boy. So no big deal. Well, I don't know. I'm gonna think about it. For sure, it would be a down the road project if we do mess with that, because I got coupes that I'm trying to work on. The 4 doors got to come absolutely last, with the exception of the Cadillac. I'm gonna do something with that. But yeah, I think maybe I'm gonna wrap up here, guys. I just wanted to at least show you that. But another just heads up here, there's been some delay in the content. I had some problems here at the shop with my air compressor. The belt broke on it just what is today? The belt broke on it on Tuesday. Ordered one, got it on Wednesday. Got it on Wednesday and just installed it today. But unfortunately, the one I have, the belt should be 50 inches and I got a 49-inch belt. There's just enough adjustment with the motor to be able to get the belt on, but it's not really, it's very difficult now to tighten that belt up properly. So I got the belt connected, but it was chirping, making all kinds of noise. It did pump up the compressor, right? We got air pressure, but at the end, when it shut itself off, the belt almost came off. So in parallel, I had ordered the correct belt, but that's not going to come until Friday. And by the time I receive that belt, the weather's going to change and I'll have rain, etc. So going to be a slight delay in some of the content, but I still plan to most likely go live tomorrow. So you guys can expect a live stream, and we'll be doing more of the same here, but for a longer time. And we'll have some interaction. So look out for that, guys. Thanks for your support. I'm your host, Shawnee C, here at Motor City Customs. We just took delivery of the 1963 Impala 4-door. I'll just go ahead and call it parts car, but TBD. Depending on what you guys think. Give me your feedback in the comments below. Should we keep that car and do something with it, or should we part it out? Let me know. All right, guys. That's it for now. Once again, I'm your host, Shawnee C, at Motor City Customs. You guys stay safe. Be good out there. And we're out of here.